The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal, and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Hello and welcome friends once again to Straight Bat Namaskar, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now this week we've seen a protest like no other. India's top Olympian wrestlers, some of them Olympic medalists, many of them from India's sporting cradle of Haryana, hitting the street protesting against the Wrestling Federation chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, six-time BJP MP, accusing him of sexual harassment and worse. Now, we've often been fed stories of sporting federations being run in an autocratic manner, almost like personal fiefdoms, but very rarely have we seen athletes choosing to go public in such a dramatic manner by staging a dharna at Jantar Mantar. We can argue that this perhaps is not the best way to settle your grievances out on the street, but the fact is these athletes have put their careers on the line. Remember, rebelling in any form against officials in Indian sport is fraught with risk, and it takes some courage to speak up. The sexual harassment charges per se are serious enough to demand a free and fair investigation and for Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh to step aside till then. Let me tell you today though the fascinating backstory of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, a BJP MP when I first met him sometime in the mid-1990s. He had just been charged under the Terrorist and Disruptive Activities Act, or TADA, for allegedly harboring associates of Dawood Ibrahim, the underworld don, and a non-bailable warrant had been issued against him. While hiding from the police, he agreed to meet a few journalists to tell us his side of the story. To be very honest, I don't recall who connected me to Brij Bhushan, but somehow I landed up at this rather opulent farmhouse on the outskirts of Delhi where he was hiding. I was still a little raw to the national capital and didn't really know how the capital's seamier side of politics operated. Was Brij Bhushan simply using us journalists to send a message maybe to the police or maybe to a political rival? I really didn't care. I just wanted my scoop. And so it was that when we landed at this farmhouse, I was greeted by a group of burly men who took me to meet an even more burly man, bearded, who looked more like a wrestler than he did a neta. A lot of gold chains around him and malas, and with a tika on his head. Brij Bhushan insisted that he was innocent and that it was his political rivals who had tried to frame him. You see, the charge against him was that sometime between February and June of 1993, he had sheltered Subhas Singh Thakur, Jayendra alias Bhai Thakur, Paresh Desai and Shyam Kishore in his official Meena Bagh MP residence. All four of them were associates of Dawood and were prime accused in a sensational shootout in Mumbai's JJ hospital in 1992. Brij Bhushan did not deny that the Thakurs may have come to his house, but he refused to accept that he had sheltered them. अरे कितने लोग मेरे घर में आते हैं, कैसे जानूं कौन किस बैकग्राउंड से है, was his response, I recall. I could sense though that Brij Bhushan was not telling us the truth. I had tracked the career of the Thakur family in particular. They were the dons of Vasai Virar, a Mumbai suburb, and I had done a front page story sometime in the early 90s in the Times of India on the involvement of the Thakurs in land grabbing in this rather lush banana plantation area at the time near Mumbai. The Mumbai police had told me of the links that the Thakur brothers had with the Dawood gang and how they operated on his behalf in the area, striking various land deals. You see, before the Mumbai blasts of March 1993 stirred a sharp communal divide, the Dawood gang had members from every community. The Thakurs were the North Indian group within the Dawood gang. The police had great details about their connect also with politicians in Uttar Pradesh, including the then Congress MP and Union Minister Kalpanath Rai. Now, Rai was the burly, again slightly rotund if I may call him, strongman of Ghosi in eastern Uttar Pradesh, while Brij Bhushan was a young BJP MP at the time from the neighbouring constituency of Gonda, first time MP then. Rai was reportedly a bit of a guru for the young Brij Bhushan, a kind of mentor, different parties, but dare I say, good friends. The Mumbai police had tracked the links of the Thakurs with both Rai and Brij Bhushan and had provided the details to the CBI and the Delhi police. After the 1993 blast, Dawood had become India's most wanted, and suddenly all his members, including the sharpshooting Thakurs, were on the police radar. Acting on a tip-off, the Delhi police arrested the Thakurs with lethal weapons in their possession in July 1993 as they were trying to escape the country. In the course of their interrogation, the gang reportedly confessed to having got sanctuary or political sanctuary in the national capital. Rai was arrested and convicted with a 10-year jail sentence. Bhushan too would surrender but would eventually get acquitted for lack of evidence. How actually Bhushan got away where Rai did not is unclear. Certainly Brij Bhushan enjoyed the patronage then of the BJP top brass. He had actively participated in L.K. Advani's 1990 Rath Yatra, was in Ayodhya when the Babri demolition took place, and got his first big break in the 91 elections that followed. Whether he was guilty or not of sheltering terrorists, the charge sheet itself was fairly detailed, claimed that Brij Bhushan stayed in the Nainital club in October 1992 with 3 of these Dawood fugitives, that they used the phone to speak to Dawood or used his phone to speak to Dawood, and they had also visited the MP's house in Gonda. While the Tada conviction finished Kalpanath Rai's career, Brij Bhushan survived to fight another day. He went on to win 5 more elections on a BJP ticket, or won 5 elections on a BJP ticket, and has won once on a Samajwadi Party ticket in 2009, slowly building his reputation along the way as a tough leader with a strong local base. Remember, we are in an age where your criminal charge sheet doesn't seem to matter. What appears to matter is electability above all else. And Mr. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is an electable politician. But does that make him fit to be the president of the Wrestling Federation of India, a post he has now held since 2011? Well, I am told by his supporters that Brij Bhushan is a genuine patron of the sport, was a very good college level wrestler, used to wrestle in an akhada in Ayodhya, apparently in the 1980s. He set up a lucrative wrestling league in recent times, and during his tenure, India has won a fair share of Olympic medals in wrestling. But what I am also told by the athletes in particular is that this is a hot-headed man who treats the wrestlers as his personal fiefdom, who will argue with referees, who will expect the athletes to pay obeisance to him. In fact, there are videos of him slapping young wrestlers. He has reportedly reduced many wrestlers to tears by often abusing and intimidating them. The question therefore is, could he have taken the next step and actually from intimidation gone on to sexual harassment of young women wrestlers? Only a proper inquiry can reveal the truth of the allegations that have been made against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. But here is my question. Why would elite athletes, many of whom have a good connect with the Prime Minister's office, lie on a sensitive issue, speak out on sexual harassment, knowing that their careers would be on the line? And if the athletes did raise a red flag earlier with various officials as they claim, why did no one act? Who is or was protecting Brij Bhushan and why? I am told that Brij Bhushan is a regular at the Constitution Club gymnasium, and there he has a wide network of MPs across party lines who are his friends, many of them of course within the ruling establishment. Truth also, my friends, is too many of our federations are run by all-powerful politicians and their cronies. In most instances, therefore, the athletes are too scared to speak up. And when they do, the matter is often hushed up. Which is why this Dangal, or Justice for Dangal as I call it, is so important. These are young men and women, stars of the sport, who clearly are angry enough today to hit the street. If India wants to be truly an Olympian nation, win medals, get global prestige, then we simply have to put our athletes first. Let me say this today. I don't believe that our athletes want fancy photo ops. They want justice. And yes, a little more respect. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind. Namaskar.